the Florida QB battle, we saw it last night. DJ Lagway was officially benched now is for the second half of the game against Kentucky.
Yeah.
I know I saw Billy Gonzalez say something about it on whether or on why he made the move, and it was about struggling. I can't remember if there was any inclination onto whether this is going to be a permanent change or if it was just because you bench the QB who's going to take in one half. So that's something we're going to have to figure out. You got something there?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I'm trying to find the exact quote right now to see, because I actually did not see what he said. He said that was my decision. I think we had a rough first half, and I thought it might be good for him to just to gather and look at it from a coach's point and from a coach's point from the sideline. So that to me doesn't read. I mean, I'm not saying it isn't permanent, but like that reads to me more of like we had a quarterback who was seeing ghosts and we were down big and we just needed to have him sit for a little bit. Like that's how that reads to me.
Yeah, same in the comments. I'll assume he'll say if it's a permanent change in the presser tomorrow. I do expect we'll get an answer there. And, we'll give further analysis. But just to give our answers, I think Lagway is going to be starting for the Ole Miss game. I assume you're the same.
If I had to bet, I don't think it's like a foregone conclusion, but like I would say it's more likely than not that DJ starts. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely not a foregone conclusion. I mean, we got a comment right before we went live from I Am Sam, same person, saying that starting Jones the rest of the year, he thinks we should. And, maybe help us beat Tennessee and FSU. And, so one thing I'll say about starting Trammell, he has 2 games left on his red shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I fully expect him to take a red shirt. That's kind of why I think I don't think you start him against Ole Miss, because I think if you think Trammell gives you a better chance to win, I think you should start him in those games where you're going to have a better chance to win. Because, I mean, quite frankly, Tennessee and FSU are way worse teams than what Ole Miss is.
Yeah.
And you're also talking about putting a true freshman on the road at what's going to probably be a sold-out environment at Ole Miss. I mean, it's not like Ole Miss Vaught Hemingway is the swamp, but it's still an SEC atmosphere that's going to be rocking for their top 5 team, I think. Sure.
Especially with everything that's going on around these 2 programs off the field right now.
Yeah. So I kind of think for that reason, you do start DJ Lagway for this Ole Miss game. And, again, unless it just I don't think you bench him again if you start him. I mean, if he's throwing 3 picks, he's not going to throw 3 picks in the first half again. That's just not going to happen.
If it happens, let's just remember that you said this on this broadcast, that there's no way it could possibly happen again. Let's pin that. Let's put a pin in that one and circle back.
Yeah, and I mean, Rob in the chat just brought up the point that I was about to say.
Yeah, which I agree with this, Rob.
Trammell, this offense just sucks, period. Doesn't matter who the QB is. I do agree. I mean, I also think there was a part of it. They're just playing uninspired football.
Yeah.
Like, obviously,
receivers.
We've seen the offense play better. That was a horrible game. That was probably the worst game of the season. But we've seen the offense play better at points. So, saying the offense is good, because statistically it's not. But they're just playing uninspired football. And if that's the trend that's going to keep going, does starting Trammell really even matter? Probably not.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, because like last night, you just couldn't run the ball. The offensive line just got bullied in that game. And that's, that Florida's offense is just so built on being able to run the ball. And obviously DJ didn't play well. I don't think Trammell, I think that's the problem here is I think this would be an entirely different conversation if Trammell came in and led a couple touchdown drives or something like that. And you had a real reason to believe you maybe found a spark there, but it looked like more of the same. So, we drive down the field to start the game and DJ throws a pick. Yeah. He makes really bad decisions. So, but the thing is, putting a true freshman on the spot in that environment, you're going to get some of that. You are just going to get some of that if you try to do that. So, I think the issue is say what you will about DJ, but he does still have just kind of the natural ability, and that does come through on a few plays. Even I think last night there were a couple throws where you could still see it. I don't think you get that with Trammell. So I think you just get a guy who's maybe not as mechanically broken right now, but is going to have, I think, a really hard time in this spot on the road against the top 5 team or top fringe top 5 teams. So yeah, that's the tough part.
Yeah, Rob. DJ also drove the ball down the field, and Daniels fumble. You can't do that. This game offensively was very similar to our game against LSU, where we actually drove the ball in the first half decently well. Like, I mean, if you remember, we were driving pretty well in the first half against LSU. We just couldn't finish drives, whether we settled for a field goal or we threw a pick, or ended up punting in around the 50. Like, we had some decent drives against LSU, and we had some decent drives in the first half of this game against Kentucky. The difference was the defense also just fell out in this game. I mean, the corners and safeties weren't covering anybody. The defensive line wasn't having their intensity, and linebackers weren't flying around the field. The defense just gave out in this game, and it's the same as the LSU game. In the second half, the offense did nothing in the second half against LSU like it did against Kentucky last night. So the game did remind me a lot of that Kentucky game, and I mean the LSU game. I think the difference is, though, they just didn't play inspired football last night. Where in the LSU game, they played bad, but they tried. I mean, the defense tried, and the offense was trying.
You actually got a good game from the defense in the LSU game. That was the difference. We made, Garrett Nussmeier was the preseason Heisman contender, but it was Cutter Boley who's the one who finally tore him up.
Yeah, of all the QBs we face, Arch, Nuss, Stockton, Beck. I mean, Byron Brown is a solid QB. I mean, all of these guys are better than Cutter. I mean, Cutter Boley had a good game, but he only had 168 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of that was also they could run the ball at will.
Yeah. I mean, the story of the game defensively was the inability to stop the run, but I also thought Cutter Boley played well and made nice plays.
Yeah.
And took advantage of a secondary that, between injuries and then just some guys who will remain nameless still not being all that great, continues to be a limiting factor for the defense.
Yeah, it's just they finally gave up, and that's going to be the story for the rest of this season. Or have they fully given up? Was it just you're playing a bad Kentucky team on the road? The season's over. You have no motivation, and maybe when you're playing Ole Miss, you'll actually be motivated. I mean, who knows? We'll figure out Saturday, and even if we play motivated, I don't think either of us are picking us to win that game. But maybe you'll be competitive. Which I'd rather watch us lose a close game than watch us get blown out by 50.
Yeah, I mean, that's the question. Because, I mean, if that's what you're getting, you can just phone it in now. You're going to lose those last 3 games. We'll get into it, obviously. I'm a little probably more inclined to think that we're about to fold it in, but we'll see.
Yeah, noise are here. UK just kept bringing the same pass play. We're getting a bit off track here talking about defense, but keep with the QB battle kind of fell loose there. But no, I think it is pretty clear that you should go with Lagway. You want to maintain that Trammell Jones red shirt. You're going on the road against a top 5 opponent. I don't think you just throw the red shirt freshman or the true freshman in there when the season's already over. I mean, you can still make a bowl game if you win this game, but I don't think Trammell gives us that much higher of a chance to win.
See, I actually disagree with that a little bit. Not necessarily that he gives us a higher chance to win, but if it were me making the decision, I probably would start Trammell. I don't think they're going to. And the reason I don't think they're going to is because I think the only reason you do that is if you're at the point where internally there's no belief in DJ Lagway anymore. And I don't think they're there, but I personally kind of am. So, I mean, obviously I'm not there seeing practice. I don't know the ins and outs. Maybe Trammell just doesn't look good. But I would probably be like, what do we have to lose at this point? We're 3-6. Let's see if we can get something different. Because if DJ is going to not be broken again, it's going to take an entire off season. Like it's nothing that you can fix in a week of prep. So, I don't know what you can expect to see differently from him.
Yeah, I think Trammell would play more motivated. I agree there.
That's probably true. Yeah,
I think he probably would. I mean, unless DJ's trying to earn his job under Lane Kiffin being the next head coach.
Yeah. Can we address the Harrison Bailey question? Because I've seen
I was about to get to that.
Yeah, I've seen a couple people talking about that in the chat. I mean, he lost the backup battle like in camp. I don't know what. I mean,
I'm not sure if I don't think he's a third string either. I'm pretty sure Warner's a third string.
yeah, and I think we know what you get in Aiden Warner. I mean, look, man, if you're a veteran like that, losing your spot to Trammell was there in the spring, but still a guy who's been through 2 camps, hasn't played in a game. Like, I mean, is he an option? Like, yeah, he'll probably be there on the travel roster. Like, you could probably put him in if you needed to, but I don't think there's any reason to believe that would be an upgrade in any way.
Yeah, I think you're just getting I think he'd be better than Jack Miller, but I'm not sure how much better you're getting from that point, especially considering if the rest of the offense is also playing unmotivated football, specifically the offensive line. And, again, my opinion on the offensive line is still pretty similar. I mean, I know it's a bit of a hot take. Like, I still think it's the fact that the offense just has nothing to it, and defenses can easily just load the box, not worry too much about Lagway, and stop the run. And then, maybe Lagway hits a play or two, but he didn't against Kentucky last night. So I kind of still have a really similar opinion on our O-line. And I also still think the tight ends are a major problem. And I don't think a tight end missing a block should be placed on the offensive line. Now, Damian George in particular missed a couple blocks on some pretty crucial plays, but I mean, you're not going to win 100% of plays as an offensive lineman, but I still don't think this offensive line is as bad as people make it out to be. I think the issues around it and the scheming is going to make it look worse. Like, I think our offensive line's from the players and talent, like, I still think it's better than, like, Ole Miss, but people aren't saying Ole Miss has an offensive line issue when their running back is second in yards. And, I mean, they also have a QB who makes some miraculous plays for them. So I still think it's just the scheming, coaching, and, everything around the O-line that makes it a bit worse. And, QB situation there does not help it at all.
Yeah, I mean, I agree in the sense that I think that the coaching, it doesn't, at least offensively, doesn't put anyone in a position to be successful. So, I mean, but I think that unit has obviously been a disappointment in the way it's performed. And Sam, like, there's just such a big experience gap between Mertz was a multi-year starter in the Big Ten. Harrison Bailey has started like 3 games sporadically throughout his career or something like that.
I'll also say, when we signed Mertz, there was a lot of backlash coming from me in particular as well. Like, we weren't doing this show, but when we signed Mertz, that wasn't some, oh my God, we're getting a veteran that everyone's going to love. No, we were getting a guy who the previous year, I think, was like 19 and 13 touchdown interception ratio.
It might have been even worse. Yeah, he was not coming off a good year at all.
No,
I felt the same way. I thought we rushed that and took a quarterback too early, and honestly, that's part of the reason I got down on Billy so early on in his tenure, was because I didn't like the move to get Mertz, who ironically ended up probably being the most stabilizing thing Billy ever did.
And probably the second best QB of that transfer cycle. I mean, Sam Hartman, like, I think probably maybe put number 1, but Sam Hartman was going from Notre Dame from day one. So that wasn't something Billy could have done. But yeah, like, Bailey just isn't Mertz, and Mertz also wasn't some home run transfer.
No.
So,
and I mean, you could get that from a veteran, but I mean, you're talking about it. I mean, like, legitimately, he's only played in, like, he has not started a lot of games.
No.
He's been around the block for a while, but he's only 4 starts. 4 starts this is his 6th year of college football, 18 appearances. He's attempted 171 passes across 6 years. Like, this is not a guy who has much experience at all. So I think that's a situation where if the staff thought a true freshman who wasn't even like a super highly regarded true freshman, if they already thought he was better than him, and Aiden Warner is as well, I think that probably tells you something.
Yeah, let's wrap up this segment because I want to address a comment from David here. But I think it's going to be Lagway. And, it's tough because if they play uninspired football around him, it doesn't matter who the QB is. But I do think it is Lagway. I still do think he gives you there's always a fascination with a backup quarterback when your starter isn't perfect. I mean, Texas Tech fans were when during that Utah game where Baron Morton struggled a bit in the first 3 quarters, and then he got hurt, and Hammond came on, and they scored more points. They're like, yo, they should be starting Will Hammond, and he was a 4-star recruit as well. It's like, hey, this guy was a talented guy, and it's like, yo, this should be the starter. And then they saw him start, and he actually lost their 1 game to Arizona State, and it's like grass isn't always greener, and if just because you're not getting perfection, I mean, Lagway's far from perfect. I'm kind of extending the boundaries here, but I don't think Trammell is going to give people what they think he's going to give us.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's times we've seen it happen before. Like, Trask was clearly should have been starting over Franks. Like, coaches can make the wrong decisions sometimes, but I still just think, like, this is a situation where, and again, the fact that you didn't see Trammell come in and really anything look super different with the offense, I think should just tell you how systemic the problems are with the offense right now.
Yeah, again, like, I think they will get up for Jones, but I don't think it matters. Or, yeah, I'm not sure if it does matter, then yeah, but I don't necessarily think it is.
I'm also not sure it's fair to say Lagway's lost the team. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, he might have. I'm not saying he hasn't. I just it's not like we're seeing guys throw him under the bus in presser, talking to the media or whatever. So it's kind of hard to gauge that from the outside.
No, but yeah, I think it's going to be Lagway, and then maybe next week we'll be talking about this segment again, and I could change our answers, but I'm pretty confident it will be Lagway.
Yeah, I agree.